the Ekasi Esports FIFA 21 series. Welcome to it, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Uratile Musimeche, and we are back with it. And of course, Hakita Maikili one as always. Yeah, ngata makili one. I could.
We nakalize ke na mathabelo ngwana na mosotho motho a dula ngana le Uratile. Hakita na o tsamaya le monkae.
Ah.
I don't know.
I get Mushanan. Can I king Uratile Mushanyana Motswana? Yeah. Matswana wana tsamali one. We roll by one fell. Okay. Mara, because we felt sorry for Rita, let's accompany the suit to Ria.
It's group D.
It's group D. It's group
D. Final group.
The final group. It has to go down. This is the decided. These guys are going to be fighting for those top spots.
D4 decide.
D4 decide.
Pretty much. Already for the match.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because seems like all directions are going to be coming with heat. Mara, we have to go with one name. And for now, I'm going with Mam Charlie. You know what I'm saying?
In case we are covering how we look and how we Mam Charlie.
Le Mam Charlie. Yeah, Mara, first match, I think it's
first match. Yeah.
Kike Pozonko le NMM.
Yes.
NMM 1 2 3 4 5. Very interesting name.
Very.
Yeah, I want to.
I score 5 goals. I
want to be Mr. top 5. Maybe it's top 5.
Is he?
Top 5.
Hey.
I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe he has predicted it, and we gave me said it. Or you know what? That's where I will be. Top 5, and maybe even the number 1 spot. Maybe. Who knows?
Hey, who knows, man? It's something to look out for. You guys just drop down your predictions. Make sure to engage with us. Let us know, because a lot is at stake. A lot is at stake. These guys are playing for a prize, a very hefty one. So. Please remind them.
A very hefty one. Well, the first prize, it's a whole a 10K and yeah.
Yeah.
With the second place taking a 5K and the third it's a Maidlana thing with 3 and the fourth and the fifth place but banka 1,000 rand
each. So it's a win-win for everyone.
For everyone, for the top 5, but then for everyone, because at least you can have the bragging rights. I made it at least to the top 10 now. The next time around, I can at least try a young top 5, and then after more number 1 status or something.
Absolutely, man. So for now, who are you looking forward to seeing play? Who are you going? Who are you rooting for?
See, I am not rooting for anyone. I just want to see how they play. Because look,
deep down in your heart, is that one person?
Deep down, there's one person. But and then it just happens where they let their guard down and they don't win. And then when I say, somehow.
Nah, man, because I'm looking at the stats. Scored 34 goals and only conceding 13.
Look, number
13.
4. Now, I want only number 4.
Number 4 on the table, man. Oh, yeah.
So already,
it says a lot about It says a lot about the way he plays. Bozonke. And Bozonke, we know him from previous tournaments. He has put up a match here and there. Not winning the previous tournaments, of course, but then we know him to be a player that really brings in his best. Let's hope to see that today.
So maybe today he'll just be on that top tier type of level. You would never know. Especially when you let your guard down. It does not really work when you do that. So don't.
Yeah, so I'll read something interesting from NMM here. He said, I started taking FIFA seriously when I went to an esports live tournament for FIFA 19. So he's been playing since FIFA 19, like professional tournaments. And he got hammered, lol. That's why he put
the big lol. That's how much experience, basically.
Yeah, so he said, one of my opponents told me I can play, but on this game, he said, don't play football, play FIFA. From that day, he went to watch famous YouTubers, and then now he's playing competitive FIFA, and I think
look, he made it to the group stages, so he's doing something right.
There's something he's doing right. He's mashing the right buttons.
Must continue like answer it's a shallow fella, but on a higher level, so that he can come out top 2. Group D.
Group D, and there's a lot to look out for, man. Make sure to get those Vodacom deals. You can see them on your screen right now. Make sure to check them out at the Vodacom World website. If you guys want to go there personally, you guys can go there. And if you guys want to know more about the tournament, see the updates, you guys know what to do. Go to the Ekasi Esports website, which is at ekasiesports.africa, or you guys can follow Ekasi Esports on all social media platforms. Simple, at Ekasi Esports. I would the underscore what Ekasi underscore capital letter E Ekasi Esports. Ekasi Esports. Or just type Ekasi with like one. I mean, top. Obvious levels. Man, it's definitely a match to look out for.
Look, me, I'm just saying, show us what you got. That's it. I don't want to be that person. I'm going to be like, okay, this person is going to win, or this person is not going to win. And then it does not go my way. It does not go your way. I am not ready for that. Not now.
Tatama chance.
Okay. If I had to tata my chance right about now, let me see. Let me calculate in my head. Okay.
Just from the goals consider.
Okay. Let me say it like this. According to the goals, who the goal? I'm gonna go for Mamja.
Because obvious the goal. What matters here is the goal.
But at the same time,
technique could win as well.
I've seen it.
There's a vibe, no?
So he has that thing. We want to even praise them, I remember. So I'm just like, Pozonke might be just out here. So I'm gonna go for Pozonke.
Okay, that's nice. So it's Pozonke.
I'm following my heart on this side. I'm not following the scores, what happened, how many draws, how many losses, none of that. I'm just going for Pozonke. That's it.
Okay, Bozonke, you guys let us know what you guys think. Leave a comment, in the comment section. And I think we'll jump into the match. The gentlemen are ready. Mr. Eugene, Mr. Sam plays, gonna break it down for us. So let's jump into that.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another week in the Ekasi Esports FIFA 21 series. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I think today we're going to have a wonderful lineup for you. Of course, it's myself, Sam Plays, and I'm joined by the amazing Eugene. Eugene, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm all good. Today, we've got an awesome lineup, hey? I mean, these last weeks, we've actually had some of the best lineups ever when it comes to the group stages. Just to kind of recap everybody, obviously the top 16 have kind of made it to the next round, and we've divvied them up into groups of 4, just to keep everybody updated. So now we've got 4 groups with 4 teams within each group, or 4 players rather within each group. And we've finally approached Group D, which is the final group in the group stages. Just before we start up Group D, I just want to kind of wrap up Group C. Last week we watched some incredible games. Eugene, we saw some of the best players go up against each other, and we saw, we tried to break down things like stats, goal differences, and everything. We try to predict the game and understand the game, but it just didn't work in our favor. The scores were just all over the show, and the underdogs were winning. So it was a really crazy thing. But as it stands, Group C, obviously, Masoom, which is something you both and I we predicted that he was going to make it through. So Masoom made it through. Surprisingly, I think you got this one right as well, Eugene. The boy made it through as well. So he was placed second with 4 points. And then you've got Aku and Toxic in 3 and 4th, man. Please let me know what you think. What do you think about the standing of Group C? And I mean, you did predict the first 2, but still, what is it that you take from these league standings?
Yeah, I think the boy, he understood what he needed to do. I think I like what he did in the game that we didn't stream. He went there, he was composed when he played against Toxic. He knew Toxic was a bit rushed. Remember when we watched his first game, it was a bit rushed with tackles, getting I think 2 red cards. or conceding two penalties, something like that. So what he just went in there and played the game that suits him, played the game with an aim of just getting 1 point to make sure that he goes through, and he got exactly what he went in for. Unfortunately, Aku couldn't beat Masum, and that meant the boy advanced to the next round via a 4 points haul at the end of 3 games. So, which is good enough. The main thing for now is just to be in that last 8, and then from then on, you just need to bring your A game. And congratulations to the boy, and of course Masum, who won 3 from 3. There are guys who are starting to separate themselves away from the others. We saw Masum, we saw Zaid April in Group B, and Ntags in Group A. Those guys are unbeaten in this group standings, or this league standings, and it's only two spots remaining today. Will it be Mamchali? Will it be Bozonge? Will it be Tumelo? Or will it be NMM? We wait to see, because it's only 2 spots left, and unfortunately, the other 2 guys will have to bow out today.
Yeah. And just to kind of introduce the players to everybody, we've got in Group D, we've got Mam Charlie, of course. We've got NMM, Boss Zonke, and Dumelo. So those are the guys that we've got for today's lineup. And just to give you guys a little bit of background, we've got Mam Charlie. He's played 8 games, won 7 of them, so pretty good. Win-loss ratio there. Then we've got NMM with 8 for 6. 8 games played, 6 games won. Only 1 lost, only 1 drawn. So that's what we're going to see today as well. We've got Boss Sonke, also 8 for 6. So we've got players that have lost, I would say, not too many games. Again, we're dealing with the top of the top, and I don't want to dissect stats too much, because in the past we've seen so many different things happen. But a name that stands out to me is Boss Sonke. Obviously, I think we saw him in the league games. He performed quite well, so I'm keen to see how he stands or where he fares in this game. But if we're just looking at predictions, man, just taking a look at some of the stats and the players that we're being introduced to here. How do you think it's gonna fare this time round in the group stages in Group D? Who do you think is gonna make it through, and what do you think they need to do to make sure that they make it through to the next round? Eugene, are you there? Okay, sorry about that. I think we may have lost Eugene for a second. Hopefully we can get him back. But yeah, just to kind of touch back onto what I was saying to the chat, that we've seen Bosonko play in the league. We had a 4-week league where people were going up against each other, and we got to see everybody kind of go into this round robin where they get to stand out. So we got to see Bosonko play a little bit there. And I'm keen to see where he fares in this tournament, or in this group stage rather. I do predict Bosonke coming out on top, definitely top 2 player. I'm keen to hear Eugene's take on that once we get him back. But until then, we've got NMM that we're going to be watching today. He's going to be playing against Boss Zonke, so that's the first match that we're going to be watching. Just to give you guys a little bit of a background on NMM, some of the achievements here, it says highlighted that his highest achievement was making the last 32 of the FIFA 20 Vodacom World tournament, and he drew his first game with Julie the Beast Bianchi, which for me is a huge achievement. I mean, drawing to someone with Beast Bianchi's stature and history in the game of FIFA is a big achievement, man. I personally lost something like 6-2 to that man, and I couldn't do anything about it, So NMM, to me proves that if he's able to box out Beast Bianchi for that long, for 90 minutes, and not let him score, it means he probably has a rigid defense that I'm very eager to see. And we're gonna have to see how Posanke, fights against it. But yeah, Eugene, I was actually asking you earlier on, what do you think, based on the league standing and the current players that are dividend to this group, which way do you see it going? Who do you think is going to qualify, and what do you think it's going to take for them to make it through?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to judge. It is difficult to judge, but I would go with Bozonke and Mam Charlie. Judging from what they had to offer, in terms of the information they gave, I would bet my house on Mam Charlie to win the group. but I'm not sure who's gonna come second. But the others, I would just say maybe it would be Bozonke, but even that, I'm not even sure. You
Yeah.
know, NMM, well, yes, you are right. Being able to hold out Beast to a 1-1 draw in the first game. What happened in the second game?
I don't
Let
know.
us know also what
Yeah,
happened in the
yeah,
second
we
game.
need to know. Yeah.
You know,
But we've got Eugene
so
putting his house on the line here.
yeah, if he was able to let us know what happened in the second game, then yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's a bit unbalanced information that is giving. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
maybe Beast was just testing him out. Hello,
yeah.
can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I believe we might be experiencing a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Okay, I think we have a delay on Eugene's side. Eugene, if you can hear me, maybe exit the chat and then re-enter again. Um, But yeah, chat, sorry for that, for the technical difficulties. As you guys know, we're streaming from home, broadcasting from home, an entire FIFA tournament can be a bit challenging. But, Eugene had some fair points and I understand where he's coming from. Just to give you guys a bit of background with Mam Jali, he's actually he's actually a representative of the Gomorrah esports team. So he has a little bit of, background in the esports scene and playing competitively in the FIFA game. So we do expect a lot from him. Eugene mentioning that he would bet his house on Mom Charlie winning the game. That's an interesting one. Or winning the tournament rather. It's gonna be an interesting one. But rather, we've got Bosonke lined up against NMM today. So I'm keen to see how that's gonna work. NMM, yeah. I mean, he's drawn against Beast Bianchi. Bosonke, we've seen him before. He's played quite well. Hasn't conceded a lot of goals. As opposed to someone like Mjali, who's conceded 13 goals, and Bosonga only conceding 5. You can see that the stats kind of are all going towards Mjali, but I'm keen to see how this one is gonna happen. So I'm not too sure what's happening on Eugene's side. Eugene, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I'm seeming to have internet problems.
Okay, I feel like. Yeah, sorry about that, chat. We're having a lot of issues on this side. Hopefully, things sort themselves out. But we do have the games ready. So um, as soon as Eugene joins us, then we'll be able to jam some games and show you guys exactly what's going on. But to those watching from home, please do us a favor. Comment down below what you guys think is who you guys think is going to win. Of course, we've got Boss Sonke going up against NMM. And who you guys think is going to win the tournament? Let us know. We'd like to get some of your feedback. We'd like to have you guys also interacting and engaging with us. So feel free to chat with us and let us know who you think is going to win. Are you as brave as Eugene? Are you willing to put your house on the line to see some of these players play? But I believe. Okay, there we go. Eugene, are you there, my friend? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Sam, I'm back here. Yeah, I had internet problems on my side, but I hope they are fixed for now.
Not a problem, my friend. I think, we can wrap it up and get started on the game, hey?
Yeah.
So, we've got Bosanke going up against NMM. So, we're going to have the game broadcasted live to you guys so you guys can also see what's happening on our side. Obviously, the players have both chosen France. So, we're going to see exactly how that fares up. But we've got NMM in blue, or navy blue rather, and then Bosanke in white, both playing as France. So man, Eugene, I'm keen to see this game, and I'm hoping to see some quality FIFA here.
We must see some quality football. If we get anything close to what we saw last week, then I'm sure we're in for a good game.
Yeah. Here we go. We've got NMM trying to pierce that defense there, but unfortunately doesn't make it through. You've got Bosonke showing his defensive prowess here, And I'm just hoping to see a counterattack or something of sorts come through so that we can suffice. But again, you know, in the first 45 minutes, that's kind of you know, the time period that kind of gives you a window as to how the game is going to go. So I'm hoping to see a few goals come in early in the game so that we don't have to wait a whole 85 minutes just to see something happen in regards to scoring goals, because those are the most crucial and the most decisive moments in a FIFA game, the last 15 minutes, the last 20 minutes. So having the first few goals scored at that time only adds that much pressure to the players. So I'm hoping that they implement some aggressive offensive behavior so that we get those goals in early and that they have time to actually just focus on managing the game.
Yeah. So far, the two players are really giving balls cheaply away, and I think it might come to hurt one of them. You know, as we see there, NMM missing a glaring chance there to make it 1-0, but unfortunately on the volley, he just put it slightly wide of the post there, to make it 1-0. But fortunately for Bozonke, he still lives another day. But he needs to be careful of those, lofted through balls, because they seem to be, one area where players are able to go through that defense, because sometimes to pass it on the floor, it's difficult. So if you just put the through ball, over the top, seems to bypass everything and just goes and creates for you a clear chance. So I'm not sure if you can see anything, but on my side, I'm seeming to lose the pictures of the game so far.
Yeah, I've lost it as well. But yeah, I think you had quite a fair point there that Bozonka needs to watch out for those kind of opportunities in future, because they might just, he might shoot himself in the foot if he doesn't pay attention to those ones. It was quite a clear opportunity there. But Bozonke is coming in the 18-yard area. He manages to get through the defense and places it beautifully into the bottom left corner right there, making it 1-0 for Bozonke, setting the pace for the game, kind of letting us know that, he's opening that goal, having the first goal in the game, sets a kind of precedent as for a player and for the opponent as well.
Yeah, that's the value of having a 5-star weak footer in the box there with Ben. Coming in again is Bozonke into the box with Kylian Mbappe and fake shotting into the La Croqueta, but didn't quite find the pass that he needed to make it 2-0 and pass to Paul Pogba. But unfortunately for him, he just lost the ball, and he could be vulnerable to a counter attack from NMM, who's looking to penetrate through the middle, looks for the through ball, finds Mbappe. Can he find the goal? Yes, he does. It's 1-1 to an MMM, who makes it 1-1 against the run of play. It wasn't a textbook counter attack, but it was a counter attack where he kept the ball, made sure that it doesn't give it away, and remained calm and made it 1-1 through Mbappe.
Oh man, very, very well done there to NMM, getting that equalizer that he much needed. But yeah, I mean, letting in an opportunity like that, I think could have been avoided. But it's just one of those things in the situation where you just have to, make sure that the attention is on at all times. And there we go, Bozonke gets another goal in there with a beautiful skill pass. I think like the goals are trickling in at this point, one is happening after the other with not too much time left in between. It's just, at this point, I think the players have found their ground and they're just showcasing what they're really made out of.
Yeah, straight from kickoff, both goals have come in. Players need to be aware that just after you score, that's when you are most vulnerable to conceding goals. So you need to pay attention after scoring a goal to make sure you don't concede. And both players have been susceptible to that. They need to focus and make sure that they press. They press the ball, and as we saw, skill moves in the box are working very, very nicely. So he needs to take as he misses yet another chances, 2 chances he missed like that. NMM, he needs to fine-tune his finishing, otherwise he's going to get banned, because it seems like each player, when he gets into the box, they have a clear shot at goal. So he needs to make sure that he converts some of these chances.
And finally, he manages to get another one in, and equalizing it again there 2-2. But I think you're right, man. He needs to fine tune his finishing, because it's gonna come to a point where he's gonna be very mad at himself at the end of the game for missing quite vital opportunities that could have set him far ahead of Boss Zonke in this instance. But he is scoring those goals, so for now it's okay. But taking chances like that when it comes to finishing, I think is a bit risky, especially when you're in the group stages like this, and every goal counts, every second counts. There are no second chances. So I'm hoping to see a better side, a stronger side from NMM in the next round, because I think he's showing signs of being the better player. It's just a matter of finishing those goals.
Yeah, he is. I think if we look at the stats, we might find that he has had 4 shots, 2 of them on target, while Boss Zonke has had two on target, and those 2 resulted into goals. He needs to make sure, because he's playing against a player that in the first half showed clinicalness in the box. So you also need to match that same efficiency. Otherwise you might, this is the last 2 spots we're playing for. There's no other chance. It's do it now. It's now or never. It's either you go big, go home. If you don't do it now in this half, you might just be late. I think if we go back to last week, we saw when the boy played his first game, the others had already played. So you need to make sure that your first game you get it up and running, get the 3 points, and march on.
Yeah. No, some valid points coming in there from Eugene. Hopefully we get to see some of that analysis come into play here in this game. We've kick-started off the second half of the game. Boss Zonke more on the offensive side, trying to slip through the defense, but NMM manages to get his players on it right there. It's a thing of knowing how to control the ball and knowing how to ease your way through a player's defense and all the tactics and the strategies that they have pinned up against you. It's one of those things that Boss Zonke, I think, might have the upper hand on NMM in this situation. He tries it again. I believe that's an offside in that situation, and unfortunately he doesn't manage to get it in. But maybe NMM needs to try his best to get those finishes, to get in those goals, to separate the goal difference in this instance, because having a leveled gameplay like this won't do too much good for him. And he manages to get it in right there. Brought a beautiful play, but it's offside, and he doesn't get that goal, unfortunately, from NMM. But I think he's on the right track. He's definitely putting all the right moves at this point in the game.
Yeah, both sets of CDMs are really not up to it today. Pogba and Kante, for both sides, seem like they are not really into the game so far. As we see, Boss Zonke trying to get the ball into the box, and he gets it in. And it's Ben Yedder who scores again. The 5-star weak foot boy. He makes sure that he converts on his right at this time, to make it 3-2 to Boss Zonke. It's vital. The reason why I'm pointing out that Ben Yedder is a 5-star weak footer. So he shoots with both legs. As you saw, those 2 missed chances by NMM. He missed them with Benzema, who shoots with his right, and both those chances that he missed, he took them with his left, which is a 4-star left footer. So it's not good enough, So that is the difference so far. It's Ben Yedder with his 2 shooting legs.
Beautiful goal there coming in from him. I think we might just see another one from Boss Zonke, but doesn't manage to get it in. And I think this is what I was trying to say in the beginning, that Boss Zonke is proving to be more of a clinical finisher as opposed to NMM. Every shot on target, he tries to make sure that it gets in, tries to skill in with in the 18-yard area, but doesn't manage to get through. But it's one of those things where, like I said earlier, that NMM is going to really be mad at himself for not finishing those opportunities, because in this instance, Boss Zonke, every opportunity that he gets, he makes sure that it ends up in the back of the net, and it's really just setting him apart from what NMM has to offer. Tries it again, but unfortunately, NMM's keeper gets their hands on the ball.
Yeah, Boss Zonke's chances fall into the right feet. That's the difference so far. They fall into the right feet, and those right feet are punishing NMM so far. So what can MMM do? He still has 20 minutes left in the game. Can he answer? Can he have an answer and equalize again? I think he's done it 2 times already. Can he come back? But no, says Boss Zonke, who looks to make it 4-2 with Kylian Mbappe looking to strike forward. Takes it to Mbappe to Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder finds Paul Pogba, who gets fouled. Or isn't? He's not fouled. But we see as NMM tries to get the ball back, tries to create chances. He can see a through ball, but he's not gonna play a through ball. But it's an easy pass that is intercepted by Boss Zonke, who gets the ball back. Looks for the attackers, looks to create a chance, looks to find those runners in behind, but decides to hold on to the ball. He's looking to seal the game and make it 4-2 into his favor and get the 3 points. The vital 3 points to try and secure that final second last spot in the Group D. Yes, he does. It's 4-2 for Boss Zonke, and this time it's Kingsley Coleman, the man who always seems to score the vital goals in this tournament so far. He makes it 4-2 with under 9 minutes left. It's Boss Zonke dancing all the way up into 3 points.
What a clean finish. A spectacular one at that. I did not see that one going through. I was expecting a pass there, but instead he just managed to slip it through the defense and the keeper. We're approaching the final minutes of the game. We've got 6 minutes left on the clock, excluding extra time. And I don't know. I think the game has kind of been set that it's looking like it's going in the direction of Boss Zonke. Anything can happen in the game of FIFA. We do know that much. But Boss Zonke has managed to get quite a comfortable lead, leading by 2 goals in this instance. And I'm not too sure what NMM which tricks he can pull out of his bag to kind of balance this game and equalize it again. But I'm hoping we might just see some magic. Maybe a 5th one from Boss Zonke. You never know. He doesn't seem to be letting off a little bit. He's still going in on the attack, still trying to get those interceptions and actually managing to retain possession in this instance. NMM slips through the defense. Does he try and get it? Unfortunately not. We've got 1 more minute on extra time. Boss Zonke might just go in for the attack, but I think the game is set. I believe our winner has been crowned, and the 3 points is easily going to be going to Boss Zonke, who I mean, Boss Zonke played quite a basic kind of FIFA, if I want to call it that. It was simple. It was shoot to score, if that makes sense. It was not too much. It was not too fancy. Not too many things happening. It was just him trying to seize every opportunity that he was given, go for every opportunity, and get those balls into the back of the net. As opposed to NMM, who had equal opportunity, but the finishing was a bit up in the air, with quite ambitious shots, quite ambitious volleys that weren't guarantees that were going to hit the back of the net. And I think that's what probably, set the standard for this game and why he may have not managed to get the win in this instance. A bit more ambitious, a bit more, a bit more out there, as opposed to Boss Zonke, who was just going in straight for the kill, no playing games, not taking too many chances, and only taking shots when he absolutely needed to. And in those instances, the ball went in. And I think we got to see there who the better player was. So big ups to Boss Zonke. He really did well there. Congratulations to him for bagging those 3 points.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Boss Zonke was clinical. Might have had only 4 shots at goal, 4 shots that resulted into goals. It shows clinicalness. He needs to create more goals going forward. He's not gonna get away with such stats. He needs to make sure that he creates more.
Yeah.
But on the NMM side, unfortunately, you need to score more. Those 2 clear chances that he got, those are chances that need, ending up at the back of the net. You cannot be missing those ones.
Yeah.
Particularly the first one, that was to make it 1-0. If you get a 1-0, you suddenly you've got the confidence. Suddenly the other guy is on the back foot. He starts playing out of character. But missing those kind of chances only applies pressure on yourself. And Boss Zonke, congratulations to him. Let's see if he can replicate the result going into the next match.
Yeah, and I think you touched on it quite nicely there, Eugene, with the applying unnecessary pressure on yourself. It really puts you in a disadvantage in these situations where, like I said, acknowledging that you have missed opportunities, that you have goals that you could have scored that you didn't capitalize on, which ultimately cost you the game, can be very daunting to the mental. It's one of those things that you have to try and fight throughout the entirety of the game. So, unfortunate for NMM, but I think he can bounce back in the next games. I think it's just a matter of looking back at what he's done and where he may have gone wrong and how he's going to be able to fix that and apply better strategies and better I would say finishing rather. I think that was it. I think the players were pretty much level in regards to the skill gap. It's just a matter of who made sure the ball met the end of the back of the net. But anyway, Eugene, I think we're ready to jump into the next game, and we're going to be watching Boss Zonke once again. He did get that beautiful 4-2 game in the previous one that we just watched. So like you said, we're hoping that he's going to be able to replicate it in the next one, where he's going up against Ma Mchali. So I think the game is ready, and we're going to go straight into it. Not going to waste too much time. But yeah, man, I'm keen to see how Boss Zonke does this one. I trust he's going to win. Ma Mchali is pretty good. I mean, Eugene, you did bet your house that you think Ma Mchali is going to win this tournament, or this group stage rather. So I think it's up in the air this time around which way we're gonna go.
Yeah, judging from his profile, I think that's where I think he might win. I don't have so much to base my judgment on, but we'll see. This man is coming off a 4-2 win. Maybe the confidence can do something for him. Let's see what he can offer. But so far, Ma Mchali looks like the real deal. It's trying to skill all the way, but can Boss Zonke stop him? Can Boss Zonke make sure that he gets at least a point or 3? So we have to wait and see. But for him, Boss Zonke, he needs to make sure that both these CDMs are disciplined. They were not disciplined in the last game. That's where he considered those 4 chances. And he needs to make sure that in this game, Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante remain disciplined and just give much more freedom to the likes of Mbappe and Ben Yedder up front. As we see N'Golo Kante trying to make a move into the box with Paul Pogba trying to search for that pass into the box, getting to Kingsley Coman, the man for the moment. The man who always scores, very, very vital goals. But today he's being stopped by that centre-back partnership of Varane and Kimpembe at the back for France. As we see, the pressure being applied by Ma Mchali into the box of Boss Zonke, who wins the ball again, this time with Kimpembe looking to make sure that they go forward. This time around, it's Mbappe looking for Ben Yedder and Kingsley Coman on the left-hand side. Can he find the pass to make it 1-0 to himself? But yes, he does. But there's a block there by Varane, who just steps into the right place at the right time to prevent that shot getting clear. Shot at goal to make it 1-0 to Boss Zonke, who gets the cutback and gets the goal to make it 1-0 via Ousmane Dembele. And it's Boss Zonke, the guy who just won a game earlier on. He makes it 1-0 against Ma Mchali.
What a beautiful finish there coming in from Boss Zonke, really playing in and around that 18-yard area just to try and get the ball in. Boss Zonke, really, one of the better FIFA players that I've seen in this tournament. I mean, this is some quality FIFA coming in from him. And Ma Mchali actually set himself up to look like, the real deal, as Eugene phrased it. But in this instance, it's just a matter of Boss Zonke being a tad bit better, or maybe a bit more, a bit more attentive to the execution part, where it's a thing of less showboating, less being out there, and more, getting the ball into the back of the net. So Ma Mchali is trying to get another opportunity there, getting that through ball down on the left wing. And unfortunately, Boss Zonke gets his man on it, and this might just be the counter that he may have needed. But no, Mchali retains possession, has quite a few options up front. Is he going to be able to seize the opportunity here? Retains the possession once again, and unfortunately not. But again, for those who don't know, Boss Zonke is in white, Ma Mchali is in navy blue, both representing France. France being the team that clearly everybody loves in this tournament. That much I know.
Yeah, clearly, the best team in the game so far. I don't think there's a more balanced team. As you can see, almost everyone uh, loves them. And it's Kingsley Coleman, the man for the moment, makes it 2-0 for Bozonke, who's well on his way, to making sure that he gets that final spot into the last 8. It's 2-0 to Bozonke with the 60 minutes left in the game. Can he make it 3-0? He can't. What a save by Hugo Lloris on his right foot, of Kylian Mbappe's powered shot into the far corner. But he makes sure that it's a bit within touching distance for Mamjali, who so far is being stunned by our man, the man of the moment here, Boss Zonke.
Man, and I love the persistency behind Boss Zonke. He's really not letting up here at all. He's just keeps going in on the attack. He's not giving Mamjali any breaks whatsoever. And I love that he's got the 2-0 lead. He should be comfortable. It should be a matter of game management at this point, but he's still going in for attack. As you can see right now, he's trying and still with the interceptions being very aggressive, just to try and get those extra goals in so that he can widen the gap between the two of them. And Mamjali, I think it's coming to a point where he's pulling out every trick he's got in the book to try and break through this defense. Is he going to be able to? Unfortunately not. Boss Zonke's defense get their feet on it, and it's back to a counter attack for Boss Zonke, where he has plenty of options. He could go either way, but he might just go straight down through the middle, and unfortunately does not make it to the back of the net there. But what a beautiful game of FIFA coming in here from Boss Zonke. Really, 2 strong, powerful goals, and now, unfortunately, Mamjali trailing, but he still has, I think, another second half to where he can try and equalize the game.
Yeah, and he can get one back here, but unfortunately not. It's the goalkeeper there, Lloris, with a vital save, just before the halftime whistle. It's very vital not for you not to concede and make it 2-1 against yourself. So it was a good defensive save by Hugo Lloris there. As we see Mamjali trying to apply the pressure, with 2 minutes left in the half. Can he find that one goal to give him hope heading into the second half? As he looks for Kante, he gets him. Kante looks for a pass to Benieda, tries the bridge, but doesn't work out. It's Kylian Mbappe, and this one ends up in the back of the net. It's 2-1 to Mamjali. He makes it 2-1 against himself, just before the whistle to make it halftime. It's game on.
No, I think he did quite well there, getting that goal just before. I think he's finding his feet slowly, understanding and maybe having read his opponent a little bit more. Maybe he's coming in a bit more educated into the second half, so we might be able to see a second goal. But congratulations to Mamjali there for getting a goal in. He's one step closer to equalizing, so it's just a matter of getting another one where he needs to equalize. But then obviously he's going to have to follow that up with another goal just to try and get that lead. But Bozonke, from the onset, he's already on the attack, manages to get through the defense, tries to get that finesse into the top right corner, but doesn't manage to get it in. Still has plenty of options inside, and he makes it. Once again, getting that ball through the defense with ease at this point, making it 3-1 for Bozonke.
Yeah, that's scoop 10. That's what made the difference in that moment. The first one with the Benieda should have really finessed it, but I don't think he did. And that was saved. But the second one, what a powerful shot from Kylian Mbappe, who we know is probably the man of the tournament so far. Everyone just seems to be using him to get those vital goals. I think he's the man of the tournament. But what can Mamjali do? What can Mamjali have an answer for Bozonke? It doesn't seem like it. It's 60 minutes left, over 60 minutes left in the game, 30 minutes left in the game, sorry, for Mamjali to try and mount some sort of a comeback. But so far, it doesn't look like he can do it, as Bozonke is coming yet again to attack on the left flank with Kingsley Coman taking it back to Paul Pogba, who finds Coman back, looking to cut it back in. Can Pogba shoot from a distance? He doesn't. He looks for Kante, finds him. Kante looks for Wissam Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder gets to Mbappe, the man that you want the ball to be in, but that was intercepted. And can Mamchali come back and make it 3-2? We still have to see. As we see Ousmane Dembele cutting in from the right flank. Can he get the ball into the box? No, he can't. He's looking for Ben Yedder. It's Benzema. Oh, it's 3-2. Makes it 3-2. Forgot the guy. Make it 3-2 for himself. Just to be within touching distance of Boss Zonke, to make sure Boss Zonke doesn't run away with the scoreline. There is Mamchali trying to make changes there. I think he's gonna go all out. What do you think, sir?
I'm hoping he goes all out, man. I mean, he's proving to be a worthy opponent in this situation where he can actually manage to get those vital goals in. It's just a matter of he always finds himself in a position where he's trailing, which might be just his favorite position, where he needs, where there's no choice but to try and get goals and try and equalize in this situation. But it may not fare well for him towards the end because, as you can see, the time is running out. So he needs to try and get more goals in so that he can try and lead. As to strategy, I'm not too sure which way he's going to go. But I see more shots coming in from Mamchali, so we might just see that equalizer come sooner than expected. It's just a matter of trying to break through that defense. He manages to find Mbappe on the far left. Cuts it straight into Ben Yedder. Is he going to be able to get it in? Pogba has the ball. Dembele tries to use a few skills there in the 18-yard area. Coman, I just need to see him take that shot in. I mean, Boss Zonke's defense looking impenetrable at this point.
Yeah, Boss Zonke's centre backs are working overtime here, but they need to be aided by those two central defensive midfielders. And I don't think they're doing much work. I can see there Pogba watching, the action play, waiting for this moment right here where he's going to be the man receiving the ball and looking for the pass. But that's not what he needs right now, Boss Zonke. Boss Zonke needs all his players to be defensively minded, particularly at this sort of situation where Mamchali is coming in with pace, looking to make it 3-3, looking to come back from a 2-goal deficit, but he doesn't. It's Pavard with the ball. Pavard gives it to Kante, but he loses the ball again. Boss Zonke, he must just watch out. I think Mamchali is playing some sort of all-out attack, for his sake, because unfortunately the time is not on his side, and he needs to get something out of this game if he has any hopes of securing the spot in the last 8.
Definitely playing an all-out attack, as you can see by the few defenders that he had left there on the counter-attack. But I think Boss Zonke has opposed it with a rigid defense that's just not allowing him to come through. And in this situation, it's touch and go. You never really know which way it could go. But Mchali requesting that pause there, so he might just make a few more changes. Oh, that player there just interrupted him just a little bit there. I could see that there was a player that he was not controlling, actually, that intercepted the ball. But yeah, man, I think Mchali needs to make some key changes in this situation where he just needs to be able to try and slip past the defense. If he manages to do that in time, he might just be able to get that equalizer. It's just a thing of, he can't go all out attack, but Boss Zonke can also just counter that by parking the bus in this instance, which I assume he's doing because he's got so many defenders in the back. His centre backs, like you said, are working overtime. So it's just impossible for Mchali to find that golden opportunity for him to equalize.
The word is positive from Boss Zonke. Those were positive changes that he made there. Didn't really focus on the defensive players, didn't really focus on the midfielders, focused on attack.
I think we just lost Eugene there, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean,
for him, I'm not sure if you can.
Sorry there, ladies and gentlemen. I think Eugene might be experiencing a few technical issues. Hopefully he joins us quite soon. But obviously, as you guys can see, we've got 9 minutes left on the clock before we wrap this one up. And it's just a matter of Mchali trying to get that equalizer in. He's got all the men in the front. He tries to slip it through with a through ball there, but doesn't manage to find man. Unfortunately, Bosonke has one more opportunity to try and get it in. He's got plenty of players at the front, and it's open. He manages to slip it through to the middle, and he manages to find another man, and he gets that goal in.
Offside.
Unfortunately, it's an offside, so it doesn't count. But he's still leading by 1 goal, and I think is that it for the game? I believe so, man. I believe so, man. And if I'm not wrong, I think the score remained 3-2 in that instance. For that game. So yeah, man, at 3-2 going to Boss Zonke. I think we'll confirm the final score properly, but I think it was 3-2 to Boss Zonke. Mam Charlie there, unfortunately not getting the win. What a game, Eugene. What a game that we just witnessed there. Boss Zonke with some clean, clinical finishes, and this is his second win for the day. So he managed to, which is what you mentioned earlier, and replicate the result once again, where he proved to be the better player, proved to be the better man in the situation, and getting in those vital goals. I mean, Boss Zonke to me is just one of those person who doesn't take any chances. He doesn't. He's not too creative when it comes to risking things. It's just quite clinical. It's quite straightforward FIFA gameplay here. Get the ball to the back of the net, find the next best man, find someone that's available, and try and get that in there. You know what I mean? It's just some amazing FIFA that I saw there, and I'm keen to see if he manages to qualify. I think he will, based on the fact that he got the 6 points. But I'm keen to see how he's going to tally up against the top 8 in the tournament.
Yeah, what a day for Bozonge today. As we see the results coming in officially.
So it was 5-2, yeah.
Yeah, so Bozonge did manage to get 2 more goals, for himself. I think that was after Mamchali, was trying by all means to get that equalizer, which I will not fault. I won't fault anyone for trying to go for the match, but unfortunately Bozonge just had more on the day. We saw he was clinical whenever he was in the box. He was to use the right skill move at that particular time. We saw him use a couple of reverse and the normal elasticos, and he used a scoop turn once or twice here and there. But all of those skills, when he used them in the box, they resulted into clinical shots that resulted into hitting the back of the net. And congratulations to him. I don't think there's a way for him not to make it into the last 8, but we wait to see, to confirm who is into the last, who's gonna get that last spot in the final 8.
Yeah, no, I'm very, very eager to see who we're going to see. I think at this stage, we're just waiting for Domelo to play his games, all of his games, rather, looking at the current standing or the current fixtures for this group stage D. Domelo hasn't played any games. So as it stands, Bosonke has won 2 of his games. He's sitting on 6 points. Machali has lost 2 of his games. So I believe, Eugene, I believe you are out of a house in this instance.
Exactly.
Because Mom Charlie didn't make it through, unfortunately, losing both of his games. But yeah, I think there's, Domelo, we haven't seen any game. We haven't seen any fixtures. He hasn't submitted anything so far. So we don't know where he's going to stand in this tournament. But yeah, NMM has 3 points as it stands as well. So it can go either way at this stage. But definitely Bosonke is going to be making it through. And I think Bosonke is going to be someone to keep an eye out for. I think he's going to be someone that we just need to keep our eyes on for the top 8. And I think we'll be able to get a proper understanding once we see exactly all the 8 that make it through. But as it stands, I'm keen to see Bosonke come through. I'm just kind of looking at the league standings right now. So you've got Bosonke, who I think is going to definitely make it through. You've got Masum, you've got the boy, 2 quality players that we saw last week. You've got Zaid April and Devark from Group B. Zaid was a powerhouse, of note that we also need to keep an eye out for. So to see someone like Zaid April and Bosonke go up against each other is going to be a very interesting lineup. And then obviously you've got Ntax and Tebza that are going to be coming through from Group A. So I think we're we're filtering out, everybody else, and separating the great from the good. And not to say that the people that didn't make it weren't good or anything. You get good players. It's just that now you're going up against great players, and then you're going to go up against legendary ones, and so forth and so forth. So it's just a matter of isolating who are the best of the best and us pitting them together to see who eventually gets to be crowned the winner of the FIFA or the Ekasi Esports FIFA 21 series.
Yeah, man. See, this the good thing about this tournament is that it's unpredictable. Mamchali, you know, I, I tried to beg him for once, but unfortunately, on the day he was just not good enough. NMM didn't do very well in the first game, but was able to get that 4-3 victory against Mamchali. He still has, an extra life on him. He needs to get, at least a point away from Tumelo, who we're not really sure what he has to offer in his in this tournament so far. But as you mentioned some big names there. The likes of Zaid April, Divac, and Sax. Those are the guys that are that have set themselves up to be the real deals in the tournament so far. Not forgetting Boss Zonke. But the main thing is you need to finish first in order to avoid some of those guys, because the way I understand it is that the group winners will play the second place players in the other groups. So you need to finish top so that you avoid your likes of Anzax, your likes of Zaid April, and your likes of Masum. And but sometimes it's better to get some of those guys, because otherwise you're gonna be playing against Divag, who finished second in his group. Tebza finished second in Group A, was also not a pushover. We saw how he was able to destroy some of his Group A contenders. So it's from next week it's going to be fireworks.
Yeah. No, I'm very keen to see it, man. And I think we've come a long way, Eugene. We've come a long way. We saw the league, the league, that was the first one that we had to go through, and then now we came through to the group stages, and now we're kind of going into the quarterfinals as well. So it's just getting more tense. It's getting more serious, and I think the stakes are getting a bit more higher, because I mean, as we approach these the finals, you're also approaching the part where people can start making a chunk of money due to the prizes that can be won at this stage. So the stakes are high. I think the pressure is on at this point, and there's little to no room for mistakes at this point. So I think everybody that's going to be making it through needs to assess, what mistakes they may have made in the previous games, things that they need to avoid moving forward. But I think, everybody's got the time to do that. To everybody watching right now at home that's in the tournament, I think use this platform and use the streams to kind of take a look at what the players have been doing. Take a look at what things that could have been avoided. Mam Jali is a very good player, but I think it was minor things like finishing that just ultimately cost him the game at this point. And I think you don't want something like that. You don't want something like that to boil down and be the ultimate reason why you didn't make it, to the finals. So it's avoiding little things like that I think people need to take a look out for. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm keen to we're going to be here again same time, not same time rather. We're going to be here on Saturday next week. Reporting and commentating on the quarterfinals this time around. So we're keen to be there. We're going to be there. We're going to be commentating as per normal for you guys. And I just want to see. I'm going to keep my eyes out on the brackets to see who's going to be pitting up against who. But I can tell you guys now for sure that it's going to be a show. It's going to be a spectacular one at that. We're going to be seeing the best of the best come up against each other. But I think that's a wrap from me personally and Eugene. We gave you guys 2 amazing games today, and I think they were really, really dope. Shout out to the Ekasi Esports team for making this thing happen again, where we get to highlight and get to meet some of these players actually, or meet them rather, and get to learn and discover new players that could be potentially the next big thing in South Africa. But from myself, thank you guys so much. Eugene, any closing words before we wrap this show up?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward. I'm gonna be tuned on to the Ekasi Esports Twitter pages and all the social media platforms, just to see who's going to be matched up against who. So yeah, from me, Eugene, let's meet next Saturday.
Yes, sir. And from me, myself, Sam Plays, as you guys know already, we're going to see you guys next week, Saturday. Keep your eyes locked into the Ekasi Esports social media pages. If you guys are watching from home, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, like it as well, and comment down below what you think is going to happen a little bit further down into the tournament, who you think is going to win, who you think is going to be crowned the champion. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to take it off to our co-hosts now, and they're going to be wrapping up the rest of the show for you guys. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next week.
And we are back. Wow. Bozonke coming in with the boss moves. You said it. You called it. When you called it. I admit. I
am happy. I am very happy. Like,
yeah. Inside you're happy. You were screaming just now. Why don't you show the people how you were? Just show about your no scream.
Yeah, next time into zero.
Nah, she was screaming.
Look. I am happy ho mo checkitseng o tlo wina ola wina.
Ola wina.
It's you know, not like it was a 2-3 situation. No, but not like about my 5-4. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, well deserved, man. He really came in to win. Tough matches. I wouldn't say like it was an easy win for him.
Yeah, you know the other guys also scored goals. So
yeah,
we will give them that.
They did put up a match for him. Marayene said, you know what, I don't care. He utilized his opportunities very well. He made sure mistake. I'm not going to waste this opportunity. So congrats to Bozonke. Hopefully hopefully he wins the entire thing. Who knows? You know, it's still a tough competition.
Like the
whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, so he may be the one to take this, but I could say I have it in for 2 people. My money is on 2 people. Let's keep it for next week. I don't wanna. No, I'm not even going to.
You're not even gonna say no. Next week you are going to say it. 2 people.
No, just.
I think I know who it is.
No, I'm just gonna leave it at.
I think I know who it is.
But hey. Yeah. My first prediction, it was good.
Yeah.
So,
but the predictions that really matter, guys, are your predictions. So keep those comments coming in next week. Engage with us, and an even better competition for you.
Hey, so how's that when I feel like it?
Yeah. They're not the only ones who are going to be winning. You guys can get can win yourselves something. You know, Vodacom has placed up something now for you all. You guys have to answer questions on the 3 tournaments that we have, which is the chess series, the Free Fire series, and the FIFA 21 series. So if you guys answer the questions correctly, you'll be placed in a draw. So the first is the first 3 people, Mr. Producer.
It's the
first four.
The first 4 people
Yeah.
are going to be winning a 5,000 rand each.
5,000 rands, guys.
Kadi voucher.
the voucher. Harare tjhelete. Hey, batla re. Speak out. They wanna speak out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So none of that. It's going to be vouchers. So 4 lucky winners are going to be getting a 5,000 rands each worth of vouchers. So make sure you get stories house straight and you head on over to all the socials and click on the notification. Like click on yona hore exactly ka 4 ebe wena motho wa pele wa ho e bona post eno ya hore na so that you can be one of the 4 lucky winners.
4 lucky winners, 5,000 rands, guys. Just for answering questions.
So make sure
vouchers.
You
Yeah.
get it right.
Make sure, guys. Yeah.
I am sure you want that 5K voucher. Ibeao and the other 3 people, it's fine. But you want to be amongst those 4. So make sure you do the things that make the things be done. And you are on the Ekasi Esports socials.
Yeah.
Ka 4.
Ka 4 o'clock.
You click on that bell wherever. On all the social media platforms, there's now a bell.
Yeah.
Press post find out what's going on.
Beautiful, man. I couldn't have said it better. This is a chance for you guys to win something. We appreciate y'all. Vodacom appreciates, Vodacom World appreciates y'all as well. And we said, you know what, these guys are supporting. Let's give back. Let's give back.
Let's make sure they don't only enjoy the matches, but some nice prizes too.
And I think it's going to be running up until Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, that's the final time it's going to be running up to. So you guys have up until Wednesday to make sure to answer those questions, to keep yourself posted. And then who knows, you could be, Richaka, whatever voucher it is that you're going to be getting, that 5,000 rand voucher. And yeah, man, I wouldn't dream of anything in life.
You wouldn't do.
Yeah.
But just make sure before Wednesday you have all of that sorted for yourself so that you can be one of the 4 lucky winners. And winners will be announced on Friday. Okay, so closes on Wednesday rather, and then the winner ka Friday.
Friday. And next week it's the same place, same time, same place. In fact, that's Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. We just had a bit of technical issues yesterday, but then we sorted. We said, we have to stream it. We have to give you guys the action. But next week, Saturday, the action will go down. This time things will get interesting. Make sure to stay tuned, guys. And until next time, ring it.
Hey.
Hey.
Ring. Knew it. But until next time. From me, myself, Matapalongana Musuto, Lumashanyana Motsana.
It's
a goodbye.
Bye bye.